Tuesday afternoon, I'm Ava Cole, buried in quarterly reports, when an unknown number cuts through. "Is this Ava?" A careful voice. "I'm Lauren Pierce, the planner for your brother Noah's wedding at the Harbor Crest Grand." My stomach free-falls, then the knife. "Your parents asked me to remove you. Their words said, 'She's not family, she's a liability.'" Feel that? The air leaves the room. My hands go cold. I hear old echoes. "Be realistic, Ava. Stop embarrassing us." And now this, erased from my own brother's day like I never existed. If it were you, if your family canceled you like a spam email, what would you do? Stay quiet? Or flip the script? Because I'm done whispering. I'm about to do something they won't forget. Drop your take in the comments. And if this hits a nerve, subscribe. The truth gets louder from here. Tuesday, 2:17 p.m. I'm neck deep in quarterly reports when the unknown number flashes again. "Is this Ava Cole?" the voice asks, careful, businesslike. "I'm Lauren Pierce, the planner for your brother Noah's wedding at the Harbor Crest Grand." I don't even get to breathe before the blade lands. "Your parents asked me to remove you," their exact words. "She's not family, she's a liability." I'm sorry. Do you know that sound the world makes when it tilts? Silence, then a high, thin ring behind your eyes. I say, "Thank you for telling me, Lauren," like it's a weather update and not a punch to the sternum. She expects yelling, maybe tears. Instead, I ask about the venue. Are the staff treating her well? Is the ballroom up to spec? She brightens, says the Harbor Crest is the crown jewel, always sold out months ahead, the kind of place people use to impress their in-laws. I thank her, ask for 10 minutes, hang up, and stare at the skyline outside my office. Here's what Lauren doesn't know. The name on the deed, mine. Harbor Crest Grand, Harbor Crest Shores, Harbor Crest Marina, 7 properties, 1 chain. I bought them 3 years ago through my hospitality fund when everyone swore the deal was too ambitious for a girl who should be realistic. Realistic, you feel that word in your molars after a while. I call Daniel, the regional GM. He knows the drill when my voice goes flat. "We're invoking the corporate buyout clause for the Cole wedding," I say. "Full refund, immediate release, no alternate dates, no sister properties. And, Daniel, make sure they know it's a corporate decision from ownership. No debate." He's quiet for a heartbeat. "Understood, Ms. Cole. Before you judge me, listen. You don't carve out 8 years of blood, risk, nights with ramen and spreadsheets just to get erased like spam. You don't steady yourself through 1,000 little cuts. Stop embarrassing us. Be normal. Why can't you be more like, and then smile while they seat you at the kids' table of your own brother's life?" I'm not petty, I'm precise. There's a difference. 8 minutes later, Lauren calls back, voice trembling. "They canceled, complete cancellation. The GM said the decision came directly from the chain's owner." "Did he now?" I say, Ava, forgive me if this is wild, but do you know someone at Harbor Crest?" I look at the framed photo on my wall. Ribbon cutting, champagne, the whole board. If you look closely, you can see the shock in the seller's eyes when my wire actually hit. "I know the owner," I say, intimately. Silence, then she whispers, "You're the owner?" Here's the thing about power, it's not loud. It's the key card that opens the service elevator. It's the clause you negotiated in line 14 that everyone forgot existed. It's saying full refund because nobody gets punished for my family's behavior. Nobody except the people who decided I was disposable. This is the part where some of you are cheering and some of you are wincing. "Ava, isn't that harsh?" "Okay, but tell me, if your parents called a stranger to erase you from your own brother's wedding, what would you do?" Type it in the comments. Be honest. Would you swallow it? Or would you finally refuse to make yourself small? Lauren breathes into the phone. "I've never seen anything like this. I have 200 guests in 5 days, and now I have no venue. I believe in solutions," I say. "Let's get everyone who needs to hear the truth on one call." Before we dial, I sit for a beat and let the feeling catch up, that wobble between grief and steel. The little girl who heard a "don't be dramatic" every time she cried. The 20-something who smiled at Thanksgiving while her father said, "When you get a real job, you'll settle down." The adult woman who built something monumental and learned to keep it quiet because the applause never came. Hook time because you're still here. What I'm about to do isn't revenge. It's clarity, it's control, yes, but it's also an invitation. Respect is the admission ticket. If this hits, tap like so it finds the people who need it. Share it with the friend who keeps shrinking herself to keep the peace. And tell me in the comments, when they call you not family, what name do you call yourself? Because I chose owner, and I'm just getting started. We bring Noah onto the line. He arrives already angry like a storm that thinks it's the ocean. Lauren, handle the crisis. Spare me my sister's theatrics. My sister's theatrics. The irony could power a city. I let him run hot for 10 seconds, then lower my voice the way pilots do in turbulence. Noah, this involves Harbor Crest. You need to hear this. He scoffs. It's a hotel, Ava. A fancy one. A corporation. They don't care about your feelings. True it, I say. They care about ownership. Lauren, bless her steady hands, invites Daniel, the GM, onto the call. Good afternoon, he says. Ms. Cole, Ms. Pierce, Mr. Cole. Daniel, Lauren says, there's confusion about who made the cancellation decision. No confusion on our end, he replies. Per ownership instruction, the Cole wedding is fully refunded and released across all 7 regional properties. Ownership, Noah snaps. Who is this owner hiding behind corporate? Daniel doesn't miss a beat. Ms. Ava Cole is our sole owner. She acquired the chain in 2021. An exceptional steward. Silence. I can hear my brother breathing, ragged, like a runner who didn't train for the hill he just met. Then he reaches for the sharpest thing he can find. Prove it. Already did, Daniel says mildly. But if you need a number, our audited valuation placed the acquisition north of $200 million. There it is, the audible crack in my brother's certainty. $200 million? Lauren whispers, Ava? Yes, I say. I closed at 210. Put my name on every roof we're discussing. Let me tell you what this moment feels like. Not triumph, not gloating. It's relief laced with nausea. It's your body remembering the years you played small to survive the room. It's the tremor of, I wasn't crazy, I was early. Noah finds a new weapon. If you're so successful, why the 10-year-old car? I almost laugh. Because the good car lives in a garage under a building with a doorman, and I take a car service when I'm working. The old one is for farmers market eggs. He fires again. Mom and Dad said you can't even pay rent. Then maybe Mom and Dad should do due diligence, I say, gentle as a scalpel. Lauren clears her throat. I still have 200 guests and a clock that hates me. I inhale, silence stretching like a bridge I hope will hold. I have a solution. You canceled us, Noah says. There's no solution. There's an 8th property, I say. Not on any website. A private island I use for executive retreats and the rare thing I actually love. 40 acres, a beach that looks photoshopped, a helipad, a staff that moves like choreography. The planner in Lauren surges back to life. Capacity, 300, suites for the wedding party and immediate family. Full catering, string lights that make people cry. Cost? Noah asks, suddenly careful. Covered, I say. My gift. He sounds small for the first time. After what we said? Exactly after what you said, I reply, because grace that only shows up for the polite isn't grace. I set one condition, not money, not credit. Invite me, I say, as your sister, not at a pity table, not a secret. My name on the list, like family. You can hear a heart make a decision if you listen closely enough. There's a soft click when pride lets go. Ava, Noah says, voice frayed. Of course, I'm sorry. Save the apology for a table where we're looking each other in the eye, I say. Right now, we execute. What happens next is choreography. Daniel coordinates helicopters from the marina to the island. Lauren redirects vendors like an air traffic controller with a headset and a spine of steel. My team unlocks a property that rarely sees outsiders and turns it into a promise I intend to keep. That even when I'm cut, I bleed elegance. Now imagine you're watching this on a screen. The map pins rerouting, the groomsmen group chat blowing up, the mother who told you, don't embarrass us, walking onto a terrace that makes her forget her own name. You can feel the collective pivot from panic to awe. And under it, rage. You might be feeling it now. Rage at the sentence, she's not family, Rage at she's a liability. Rage at every time success had to put on a disguise to survive your own living room. Hook because I want you here when it lands. If someone tries to write you out of your story, you don't beg for a cameo. You produce the whole film. If this resonates, hit like so the algorithm knows you exist. Drop a comment with the worst thing someone who loved you said to you. Blur the names if you need to, but say the line out loud. And share this with the friend who needs evidence that boundaries and kindness can live in the same body. We hang up. I sit back. The plan is moving, and for the first time since that phone call, my hands are warm. 3 days later, the island hums like a secret the ocean agreed to keep. Lanterns sway. The isle is a ribbon of light. Victoria steps into view, and even the tide seems to hold its breath. The ceremony is flawless, not because of money, but because intention never stuttered once it knew what it wanted. Dignity. My parents arrive brittle, all tight smiles and darting eyes. Dad touches the banister like it might confess. How did you... He starts, then thinks better. Mom scans every detail as if she'll find price tags hidden under the hydrangeas. I give them nothing but warmth, not lies, just the choice to make tonight sacred. We'll talk tomorrow, I say. Tonight belongs to love. And it does. Noah's vows are a surprise, tender, specific, apologetically human. Victoria glows like someone who knows where she's going. People cry and the island forgives us our loud hearts. At the reception, Dad corners me by the bar, voice low. This must have cost more than people's houses. How are we supposed to repay? You're not, I say. He frowns. Ava, you can't afford... There it is, the reflex that refuses to die. Dad, I say softly, not tonight. Shock line number 20 of the week would be easy here, something like, I could buy your firm twice and not blink. But that's revenge talking, and I'm speaking fluent future. Mom finds me on the dance floor's edge. We were wrong, she breathes, about the invitation, about everything. I know, I say, tomorrow. She nods, but the apology keeps spilling out, all jagged and brave. I hold it with her. Sometimes healing happens before the meeting is called to order. Brunch, sun buttering the terrace, everyone a little softer the way people are after a beautiful night. I start with the boundary. I didn't do this to prove a point, I say. I did it because I love you, even when you make it impossible. Dad bristles, habit, not malice. We've always supported. 2 months ago, I cut in gently. I tried to tell you about a deal I'd closed. You told me to get a real job before I embarrassed myself. Silence, the kind that holds up a mirror. Victoria, bless her courage, asks the question the room fears. What deal? I meet their eyes one by one. I bought a chain of resorts 3 years ago, 7 properties. You were booked at one of them. I own the island under your feet. Mom's coffee cup lands harder than it should. What? My fund closed at $210 million, I say. I've been building for 8 years. The rocket fuel came in the last 4. Dad swallows. How much? Net worth? Around 400, I say, sparing him the decimals. This is the shock that doesn't feel like a slap. It feels like altitude sickness. The air thins. Then perspective rushes in. You can tell the moment a family stops defending its myth and starts meeting its members. We told people that you were struggling, Mom whispers, crying without wiping it away. You told me I was a liability, I think, but don't say. Out loud, I learned to stop bringing good news to a room that doesn't clap. Here's the pivot, the one I promised myself I'd make if this day ever came. I'm not here to collect apologies, I say. I'm here to set terms. Heads lift. Terms? Ask before assuming. Celebrate before critiquing. If I tell you something I'm proud of and you change the subject, I will leave the conversation. If you try to manage my optics, I will cut off access. Love without respect is surveillance. They absorb it slowly, like a strong medicine that tastes like truth. Dad clears his throat. My firm has been struggling since the downturn. I nod. I know the kind of clients who need white glove work from modest teams. I'll make introductions if your processes are tight. His eyes are wet. You do that after... You're my father, I say. Consequences taught you. They don't have to define you. I turn to Mom. Your literacy nonprofit, what's the bottleneck? Funding, she says immediately. We have volunteers, we don't have runway. I'll endow a multi-year grant, conditioned on transparent metrics and independent audits. You'll never have to chase cupcakes and raffle tickets to teach a child to read. Noah watches like a man witnessing a bridge lower. Ava, this changes everything. It changes nothing about who I am, I say. It changes what you assumed. He nods. We owe you. You owe me curiosity, I say, and an open chair at every table that says family on the sign. If you're hearing this and your chest is tight, breathe with me. Maybe you've been the Ava in your story, too loud for the kitchen, too ambitious for the Sunday call, too embarrassing for the photo. Maybe you've been the parent, the sibling, the partner who confused control with care. Either way, here's the invitation. Choose repair that respects the person as much as the piece. If this spoke to you, hit like so it reaches the next person bracing for brunch. Tell me in the comments the boundary you're setting this year. Share this with the cousin who needs a script for the next hard conversation. We raise glasses. To moving forward, Noah says, voice steady. To moving forward together, I finish. When the helicopter lifts them back to the mainland, I stand on the beach, sand cool under my feet. Tomorrow, we start the awkward, holy work of being a family on purpose. There will be missteps, there will be miracle days, there will be a seat with my name on it. And there will be me, unapologetically present, not because I won, but because I finally stopped asking for permission to belong. As the helicopter faded into the sky, the island finally exhaled. I stood there barefoot in the sand, heart thudding between relief and grief. And I asked myself the question I know some of you are thinking, am I in the wrong? Was canceling the venue a power move or a boundary I should have set years ago? Here's what I've learned. You can be kind and still keep the door locked until respect knocks. Grace without boundaries is just performative. Boundaries without grace are just walls. The win is learning when to use both. I didn't do any of this to humiliate my family. I did it to stop disappearing in rooms where I'm supposed to belong. And yes, it hurt. Old sentences have long shadows. But the bigger truth is this. When you stop asking for permission to exist, the right people adjust. The wrong ones get louder. Either way, you get your voice back. So tell me, what would you have done? If your family erased you from your own brother's wedding, would you swallow it or draw the line? Drop your take in the comments. Hit like if this gave you language for a boundary you need to set. Share it with someone who keeps shrinking for peace. And if you want the next chapter, subscribe. The conversation keeps going, this time with honesty in the room.